Welcome to the Sam and Joe VA Show, where we teach women just like you how to start and scale a thriving virtual assistant business.
We're your hosts, Sam and Joe, and get ready to have the control, flexibility, and freedom you've always dreamed of.
Welcome to episode 200. Why is the quiz telling me I'm not ready?
First off, Joe, happy 200th episode.
Yes. 200 episodes. Wow, that feels like a big achievement.
That's a big number. 200. There is no way. I would have thought we would have got to 200 episodes when we first started this podcasting journey.
I didn't really even think beyond like just getting the first few episodes out. And you know what makes me really proud is that our copywriter Iman was talking in, I think it was one of her emails or online somewhere, where there's a massive percentage of podcasts that never make it past episode 5 or 6. Like they just
That low?
start and stop. So it's really, really low.
Why?
Because it's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah, this is true. It is a lot of work.
It's not just easy breezy. We just throw some podcast episodes out every week. Like it takes a lot of work and structure and accountability to get it done.
Yeah, I was listening to a relatively well-known podcaster here in New Zealand very recently, and I think he did a reel on his Instagram page, and it was around the fact that his podcast is his biggest expense in business.
Wow. Yeah.
By far. But I mean, it's very, very slick. Like the cameras that he has recording it, it's next level. It's not like what we do here. It's truly next level. The studio space, you know, a proper sound engineer, proper lighting. So it does look amazing. And you can kind of see how that would add up really fast if you are doing that every week.
Yes. Especially if you have long interviews, you know, where you're interviewing for a couple of hours. A lot of time.
I think his are interviews. And, you know, he could be paying them for their time as well. Who knows? Yeah. Okay, so keeping that in mind, I can see why most people that start a podcast only get to like 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah, and so Iman started to only say yes to being interviewed on podcasts that had got past maybe episode 8 or 10 or something like that. That was her new rule because she found that sometimes, or quite often, she would be interviewed as first episode or second episode, and then it would never release. It never came out. And so she just spent all of that time completely wasted because that person didn't actually release it.
And we actually know how that feels. That's happened to us once.
It has happened to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, when is it coming out? Like, I spent all that time, effort. We want to share it. Credibility of being on someone else's podcast. And then it's just a waste.
Yeah, we had feelings about that.
Yes. All that goodness, never to see the light of day.
No. Okay, let's start talking about what we're actually here for, which is our amazing quiz. The What is Your VA Pathway quiz has been such a hit since we released it earlier on in the year. Off the top of your head, Joe, how many people have taken the quiz now?
Over 500.
Ooh, that's a lot. It hasn't been out there very long.
No, it has not.
Yeah. Big hit. Lots of aspiring virtual assistants are taking it. Very, very happy. We're both super proud. We know how helpful it is. However, I had a conversation in one of our Facebook groups very recently, and a aspiring virtual assistant had taken the quiz. It was something that we recommended that she do. I think she had posted something in the Facebook group wanting to know how to get started. I jumped in and said, first thing, take this quiz, because then you know exactly what pathways you're best suited to. And so she went away and she took the quiz, which is great. And she came back And she was really upset because the result she got was that she isn't ready to become a virtual assistant yet. She was gutted. I felt as though we just killed her dreams.
Every time I see a notification come through in our emails and it says that the result that someone got was I'm not ready, it really stabs me in the heart as I feel for them.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through 3 reasons why the quiz is telling you that you are not ready. So it'll be one of these 3 options is the reason why.
Yeah. Option number 1 is if you have received this result from the quiz, you genuinely don't have any transferable skills and experience that would fit over in the VA space.
Yeah, maybe you haven't been in employment before. Maybe you've just come straight out of school. Maybe the roles that you have had nothing to do with any of the types of virtual assistant services that there are in the industry. Maybe you've been a vet nurse or a dental hygienist where you don't have the admin or website or creative or executive assistant or bookkeeping or accounts kind of skills and experience. That would be a reason why the quiz is telling you that you are not ready. But it doesn't
Yeah.
have to end there. Your dreams of being a virtual assistant don't have to end just because you got the result, I'm not ready.
No, if this is you and you still really love the idea of entering the VA space and, receiving all of that freedom and flexibility that comes along with it, then yeah, use this information as the opportunity to go away and upskill and get some experience under your belt.
Yeah. The result isn't you can never be a VA. The result is I'm not ready yet. You can be if you get some skills that you can use as a virtual assistant. And I mean, it doesn't actually have to be in employment. That would be kind of the ultimate, 'cause that company would train you and teach
Mhm.
you the things that you need to know about administration, kind of as a general term. But there are a lot of opportunities opening up for virtual assistants, especially in the AI and automation space,
Mm.
where there is so much that you could learn on YouTube videos about automation and AI. You could absolutely upskill yourself watching YouTube.
Yeah, we're not suggesting you need to go to university to learn anything in particular or
No?
do an expensive online course. You can certainly upskill very, very cheaply. Internships as well, once you have upskilled in whatever it is that you want to service you want to provide, internship, like if you've got the time.
Yep.
Lots of options, lots of options. Okay, the second reason you may have received this not ready result comes down to confidence. You may have those skills and experience under your belt, but for whatever reason, you just don't feel like it's enough.
Yeah, you may not realize that you absolutely have transferable skills, organizational skills, computer skills, admin skills. I feel like sometimes those who are aspiring VAs look around the industry and see all of these highly skilled executive assistant, bookkeeping, payroll specialist, really kind of high level skills with these virtual assistants. And they think, I need to be at that level to even be able to step into the space at any time. So looking around and seeing all these highly skilled people doesn't mean that you can't enter the space with some general administration skills and experience from an admin role that you've had before.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the people that are getting this result because of a lack of confidence are more often than not those administrators, secretaries. And they're comparing themselves to the more specialist virtual assistants. Yeah, your admin skills are more than enough.
Yeah, you can come into the VA space as a generalist administrator, virtual assistant. You don't have to have a specialty or niche. Obviously, it makes it easier, and your messaging and how you market yourself and how you find clients becomes easier when you do have a niche or specialty, but it's not imperative. You don't have to have a specialty to come into the VA space. You don't have to have specialty skills and experience. You need to have some kind of skills and experience in the service that you would want to offer as a virtual assistant.
And it's likely you do have those skills and experience. It's likely that somebody right now is paying you for those skills and experience that you already have.
Yeah.
Who is paying you right now? And what are they paying you to do? Have a think about it. Okay, the third reason you may have got this result and you may be really upset about getting this result is that you could be very, very new to the VA industry. You've heard this term online. You've heard people throw out this, oh, it's awesome. You should be a virtual assistant. But because you're so new, you actually haven't done or don't have the education around the incredible range of services that do fall under this massive virtual assistant umbrella. So you're actually just not aware what you do is transferable.
Yeah. If we listed out all of the services that you could possibly offer as a virtual assistant, we would be here for days. It's really limitless in terms of what a virtual assistant could choose as the services they're going to offer. So don't just think of virtual assistants as administrators doing admin work virtually for business owners. There's a lot more to it. So yeah, you may not be aware that the skills that you have, that someone has paid you before or that you have learnt somewhere are absolutely possible to bring into the VA space.
Yeah, if this is you, we urge you to go away, do some more research, talk to people that are already virtual assistants. You could even flick us a message and say, hey, this is the skills and experience I've got under my belt. What do you think? What do you think? Could somebody pay me to do this? Flick us a message. It doesn't mean your VA journey has to end.
Correct. So if you got the result, I'm not ready, have a think about which of the reasons it is that you have received that result. Go away, do the research, do the upskilling, or even just realizing that you do have the skills and experience, and go and retake the quiz. Retake the quiz, confidently knowing that you now have the skills and experience to become a virtual assistant, and see what result you get. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Sam and Joe VA Show. If you'd like to find out more, head to the VA Foundry website to check out the mastermind and the amazing resources, courses, and coaching.
You can find us at thevafoundry.com.